Hello everyone, Dr. Maiden here with a video that's bringing you 4 tips on how to survive the transition to online classes. Okay, so as most everyone knows, most universities all across the US have transitioned their classes to online. Not only did we finish out the spring semester completely online, but in the case of our university, we are definitely fully committed to being online all the way through to the end of the summer, and the fall is a question mark. At this point in time, the expectation is that we will be back on campus, but already there are some universities around the country. Cal State was the big one that just said they are not taking the chance. They are staying online through the fall. Okay. So I think it is very timely in that sense, as I'm looking to start my next class, summer class that's going to be fully online. I wanted to put this video together for you guys because most of you are new to this. Not the percentage of students that are actually doing online coursework in any given semester is actually quite small. Most people still prefer the in-person, face-to-face campus class model. I still prefer that. Most of your professors still prefer that as well. This is really tough on all of us, okay? But so I wanted to put this video together that is outlining four tips on how to do this, okay? That is going to help you get through your online classes as smoothly, as efficiently as possible, okay? So the number one thing is know what you need to do. That's number one. Know what you need to do. And what I mean by that is you want to get an A, right? That's the expectation. That's why most of you are taking your classes, is that you want to get the best grade that you can. To get your A, you need to know what you have to do. How do I move from point A? How do I move from point zero to the finish line of the semester with the expectation of I will finish with an A? You've got to know what you need to do. And so for there, what I would say is use whatever the online platform is. In the case of our university, it's Canvas. If it's Blackboard, if it's Sakai, use that online platform religiously. Use the syllabus. If the professor is using more of a hard copy syllabus that they're making changes to and giving that to you, use that. But you've got to know what you need to do. So you need to sit down and look at the list of assignments and think, is all of this doable for me? Do I want to do all of this? Is this going to work? Okay? Know what you need to do. Number 2 is set yourself up for success. So the big thing with online is Wi-Fi. Okay? You need to know that you have good regular access to Wi-Fi, or even if you have limited access to Wi-Fi, you need to know that you can work and utilize the Wi-Fi the way it needs to be utilized to get through your classes, okay? So if you're in a quarantine situation where you're living with family and your parents have cut you off from 9 to 5 of using the Wi-Fi, as much as it can be wonderful to think, now it's 5 and I'm going to dive in and do all my Netflix binging, you've got to prioritize getting your work done. So you need to set yourself up for success and get Wi-Fi that's going to work for you and use the Wi-Fi to do your classes when it's available to you. Other things that you need to be thinking about is like library access. If you have never used your university's online library account yet, get on that website. Get on the website, figure out how to log in so that you can be accessing the library database from your home, and that you know you can be finding and searching out PDFs and doing your research and doing everything that you need to do for class, okay? So a lot of students will sometimes rely on a faculty member to just send them the PDF. You may be going out and finding some of this on your own, so make sure you have access to the library. Don't waste your time by trying to find things through Google first, because there'll be all kinds of paywalls up where you can't access the journals. Use your library database. It's free for students. Log in. You can access everything through the library database, okay? The other thing that I'll say is check email daily, especially when you're looking at something like the class I'll be teaching this summer. It's 6 weeks. It's 6 weeks only, and it's 3 credit hours. It is a regular semester's worth of work in 6 tiny little weeks. So you need to check your email regularly. because we could be updating things as we're going along. We can be changing things, we can be adding or taking away things, right? That was huge. Even in this last semester I did a lot to roll things back and take things away to make it easier. But you weren't checking your emails. And so I was getting all these frantic emails about, what about this assignment? I don't see it anymore. And you just have to feel like, I sent an email, I made a video, I sent another email, I did, like I communicated with you 4 different formats to tell you that I, on your behalf, removed that assignment. Okay, so check your email and actually watch it. If it's a video link or something, actually read it if it's an email, because it's going to be giving you information that you need. Set yourself up for success and check your email, your university email. So if you're sitting there feeling like, and I got this from a lot of students, even when we switched to quarantine, a student would be like, oh, I never checked that account. Well, we're in a quarantine now and everything has changed fundamentally and we have shifted to online learning. You need to check your University of North Florida email account, right? That is how I will access you. I don't know your Gmail. I don't know your Yahoo, right? So the student was confused and upset of like, blah, 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 blah. You gotta check your university email. If you're in a situation where you feel like it's just going to be physically impossible for you to check your university email every day, forward it to the email you do check every day. Okay, I think that's a silly step to take, especially since smartphones today can hold a number of email accounts at once. But set yourself up for success. So if you're not going to check your university email, forward that thing to the email address that you do check. Okay, at least for the time that you're trying to do your online classes, so that you're sure you're getting the information that you need. Okay. Number 3 then. So number 1 is know what you need to do, know what the assignments are, know how you go from 0 to end of the semester. Set yourself up for success. I just walked through those things. Number 3 then is time management. Time management. You've got to give yourself time to do these classes. You're going to be still doing the reading, watching lectures, engaging in discussion. So probably the best piece of advice that I can give for how long, especially like going through my grad school program, just how often it really did feel like it's me, all alone, all by myself, doing all my own time management. My best friend was the calendar on my phone. I put everything into the calendar on my phone. So just like you're setting yourself up for success at the beginning of the semester, put all the deadlines for all the different activities you have, put them into your phone so that you're getting alerts that you know that they're coming. Even just put in your phone that you have class so that it reminds you, I have class today. Okay? A lot of the online learning that's happening now, we're doing it non-synchronously, which means you do not have to do it at the exact time it would have been offered in person. In the case of my class, I'm doing a little bit of a hybrid thing where it is non-synchronous, like 90% of it's going to be non-synchronous, but we're going to have this little 10% that is synchronous, where once a week for an hour, not 3, only 1 hour, we're going to meet in person to discuss. It's a master's level class. Discussion is so key to a master's level class. I got everyone's permission to do that. That's what we're going to do, right? But time management means you have to make sure you're available for that one lonely little hour that your faculty member is trying to get a hold of you, okay? Time management. Use your calendar, set alerts for yourself, build out the time to actually do your classes. And the last one I'll say here of a tip to how to survive the transition to online learning is open communication. You need to have open communication with the faculty member. You need to have open communication if there's TAs or even just the other students. Open communication is so key. And so it could be that the open communication from you to me is you telling me what's going on in your life, if you're having challenges, if you're having issues with your Wi-Fi, if something is going on and you're like, oh my gosh, I know for a fact I won't be able to do the work this week, but I will catch up next week. Here's my plan for how I want to do that, right? There's a lot of flexibility here. There's a lot of mercy here. I was incredibly merciful at the end of this last spring semester. As long as you attempted to save yourself, I was just throwing you lifelines. I was throwing you points. I was throwing you second chances, but you had to try and save yourself first. And that starts with open communication, okay? You have to talk to me. I don't know something's wrong if you don't talk to me and you don't tell me you need help or you need an extension, or, otherwise you just look like apathetic, like, I don't care. I'm not going to try anymore, okay? So open communication. And open communication with the students, no one is really having fun here, right? No one loves this, especially if what you wanted was it for it to be an in-person class. It's really tough on a lot of us. It is tough, tough, tough to be a teacher that does in-person teaching, and now I'm doing this. Guys, I'm literally just staring at a glowing circle and myself talking. I get nothing from you. I get no feedback. I get nothing. That's not how we like teaching. We feed off the energy of your room. We feed off of the questions that you ask and your level of engagement in the topic. I get nothing. I get a bright glowing circle, okay? This is not ideal for anyone. So open communication with the students as well is like, throw us a bone. Share things with each other. Engage in discussion. Make it as interesting as possible, even if it has that two-dimension feel of just a discussion board online. When it comes time to do a discussion, if it's like what I'm doing, where I'm going to have just that one tiny little thing to give us the discussion chance, come prepared. Come prepared for that. Let other students speak. Engage with other students. Put in the effort for each other to make it, it's not what any of us wanted, but make it as good as it can be. Okay? Open communication all around. Right, so those are my tips for you. Hopefully that's helpful. My hope is that we are in person in some capacity in the fall. It won't be for the summer, but hopefully for the fall. And yeah, same as always, just feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to ask questions. I'm not perfect at this, and so that would be the other thing I would say. And most of the faculty I can think of would agree. You need to let us know if something's not working for you as well. That's another part of open communication. If we're setting it up in a way where you just honestly feel like, I can't set myself up for success with the way that you have set up the class, that is very useful feedback for me to understand what's not working. The design of the assignments, the amount of reading I'm asking you to do, etc. So open communication as we all navigate this process of none of us expected this to be this way. Open communication can be you giving me honest feedback of, this doesn't work for me for these reasons. What could we possibly do to address it? Okay. All right. So feel free to reach out to me. I am here. I'm happy to chat. And otherwise, have a great day.